So I know I still got, I think, 2 months before my next pick. Yeah, because Todd is right now, June is Mike, July is Dom, I'm August. But I'm gonna give you already my August pick so that you can get ahead of yourself with the triple feature that I'm putting down on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna watch.
That's bullshit.
You get 3 months. That's a movie, extra movie a month.
Didn't we already do one of these movies?
How? If you know what movie I'm about to say, I'm gonna be so fucking confused.
It's Shrek.
No, okay. I was gonna. Is that what you're gonna say with Shrek?
No, I had a different thing in my mind, but now the timeline doesn't add up. So
okay,
I'm taking my movie pick back. Then I'm doing a triple feature as well.
I also we're gonna do a triple feature. You're gonna watch 3 movies this upcoming week if you want to watch, listen to the podcast. No,
I'll do a double.
You'll be nice. Okay. I'm of course joking, but Jen wants me to watch the Look Who's Talking trilogy.
Oh, I'll watch the first two. I don't want to watch the last one, but I love
last one with the dogs and cats.
Why did you both like these movies? Dom, have you seen these
great.
movies?
I've definitely seen the first two.
It's Roseanne and Bruce Willis. Roseanne before she was crazy, but it was Roseanne. It was
Roseanne was only in the second one because the first one was
that's true.
Was Christy Alley, right?
Yes.
Or was Christy
Alley was the
adult? Okay.
Because she plays the adult. Christy
is John Travolta the other adult?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not actually picking these movies, but it came up. I think Jen's still gonna make me watch them, at least one of them.
What's the third one called?
Actually,
Look Who's Talking Now.
I knew the title of that too. I was about to say that. I've never seen it.
I don't.
Yeah, Danny DeVito is the. Wait. Yeah, Danny DeVito's the dog, right? Danny DeVito and I forget who plays the other animals.
I don't know. I definitely didn't see that movie.
Oh, is Danny DeVito only in one of them?
Yes.
Okay. This only even came up because we were listening to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend recently.
Oh, they're talking with Paul Scheer about the episode he was on.
Yes, and they were talking about that because Conan was on an episode of How Did This Get Made, and it was, I think, the third movie.
I don't think it was the third one. I think they watched either the first or the second one. I don't think they watched one with the pets.
I'm pretty sure the one that Conan is on, they watched the one with the pets because we started listening to it, and Conan specifically says at the beginning, I have not watched these other 2 movies.
The first review I looked up for it is the Look Who's Talking series comes to a close with this absolutely terrible entry. That's the review.
Well, the first movie was like a box office smash, and the second movie was not. Is that correct?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It was a simpler time. The first one came out in 87, maybe. I forget what year the first one came out. And
Look Who's Talking with a budget. Hold on, let me find the budget first. No one else look it up if you haven't already looked it up. Look Who's Talking budget. With a budget of $7.5 million, what do you think, according to Box Office Mojo, do you think this took in at the worldwide?
The first one was a massive, massive hit.
This is the first one. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Actually, 150.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think that's too high. I'm going to say 80. Because for inflation and everything.
What was the budget again?
7.5 million. Mike said 150. Todd said 80.
7.5 in 84,
1989.
Movie tickets were $4 probably back then.
7.5. I'm gonna say it probably made, I don't know, 40 or 50 mil.
Mike was the closest. It raked in 140 million.
Wow.
In comparison, Look Who's Talking 2, TOO.
I love the second one.
Which came out a year later. And now I need to know what the budget is for this.
I can't remember. I know part of the plot was that he has the younger sister.
Same budget for the sequel. Keep going, Mike.
I'm just trying to remember what the actual plot was of the second one. I don't remember what it was. Other than the sister being born.
Oh man, the reviews for it are so bad.
I think the house may be caught on fire.
Yes,
John Travolta went from being a taxi driver to a pilot.
Gilbert Gottfried's
yes,
in
correct. It. Any guesses? Same budget. Second film.
What year?
The year later, 1990.
1990.
Oh wow, that quick, huh? Damn, they churned those.
Quick turnaround. So Honestly, I feel like it should do maybe not as good, but maybe just like a cool 100.
Anyone else?
I don't know. That might be too close.
Right.
I'm gonna go 75.
Oof. I'll go 50.
Todd is the closest. It did 47.8. And the third film apparently has a budget of 22 million.
Oh man.
And what
I'll
are
say-
we? What
Well,
are we
yeah, you
thinking?
have to wrangle all those
I'll say
fucking
10
pets.
million.
I have no guess. I didn't even know it came out. To be fair,
I have
say
to
10
wrangle all
million.
those pets.
All right. Well, it came down under budget at 10 million.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And that's where they stopped.
Anyways, welcome everyone to the Pass Controller Podcast. Show we're a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests. Sometimes we talk about Look Who's Talking. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening, I almost said Saturday, is the anime senpai himself. Some might call him Martini Mike. Mike, how are you doing tonight? Michael Desir, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, you know. It's hot out.
Okay, it is hot. No AC on, Mike? You're not cranking the AC?
I'm not gonna. I was too lazy to put my AC up, so I haven't done it yet.
This is not a good week to do that.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild.
Also joining us tonight, of course, is the Fortnite father, Mr. Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
I'm still taken back by Mike not having air conditioner in there right now because I'd be crying like a little bitch if I didn't.
It's a scorcher. Rounding us out, of course, is the Disney daddy himself. He hates Mondays just as much as his background, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm curious. So you just looked at everything, but did you know the premise of Look Who's Talking before it got brought up?
Jen probably told him.
I knew the premise. So it got brought up initially because we were listening to Conan talk about it. So Conan was talking about the film. So I had known that
Like
it was
prior to that, did you know what the film was about?
If someone were to say, "Look Who's Talking," I could have maybe have pulled it out of my mind palace because it's like just the name of the film. I'm trying to think of if I have. I'm sure at some point maybe that movie was on and I watched it as a kid. I feel like maybe, but I did not retain any information. Like I if I didn't listen to that Conan podcast and none of you ever brought it up and no one else ever brought it up, I probably never would have remembered those movies even existed. Totally, like you want to say something, but
Well, you brought up Paul Scheer and like that dude. What has that dude's career been? Because like he like watches like clips of movies and videos these days and like comments on them, and I'm just like,
yeah,
is
he
this
has,
all?
he has a whole podcast called "How Did
Yeah,
This
it's-
Get Made," where they talk about shitty movies.
He also has a
just
podcast. He also
And he
has a
does- yeah.
podcast called
Unspooled.
Unspooled.
It's
where
like
he
pop
talks about
culture
good
stuff. Though. I've
movies.
seen him talk about like recent like stuff. Yeah, like he reviews like recent stuff too, and like talks about like Marvel films and everything.
That's so basically the way his podcast is structured. The How Does Get Made podcast is like there's a podcast where they talk about a movie, and then there's a podcast after where viewers can submit questions or something about the previous movie. They mention what the next movie they're going to watch is, and also he talks about like everyday things, like things he's watching or stuff like that. He's got a good podcast.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't
And
know. I
Unspooled
don't
is-
really listen to it, but
Unspooled is just like good movies. Like if we were going to send like the best movies into a time capsule for aliens, like what are the best movies that we could send?
Yeah.
And they do the same thing as How Did This Get Made, just with good movies instead.
is it the same cast?
No. June and Jason are very much upset that they are not on Unspooled.
Wait, really?
Every time he brings up Unspooled, they're like, "Oh, you got what? Really? You guys watch good movies, huh? How come we aren't invited to that?"
There
Hi,
goes
Todd.
Todd.
I'm gonna go get Todd's fucking reboot card.
Picture. What the fuck?
All right, let me. If you're a visual podcast enjoyer, I apologize. I have to quickly shuffle the cameras around because Todd's internet lately does not want to cooperate with the program. So there we go. I had it all ready to go.
Only our podcast. Like that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Movies, podcasts. We got a great show for you tonight. We're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff. Hellblade, Senua's Saga, Senua's Sacrifice. What is the second game called?
Saga.
Saga. Sacrifice is the first game.
Correct.
Okay. Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, or Senua Saga Hellblade 2. I don't actually know which naming portion
I don't know.
comes first.
Yeah.
Among other things. Before we do that, a couple of quick housekeeping things. As I alluded to at the beginning of the show, I was lying. We are not watching. I mean, I am not picking any of those 3 movies for my film. Actually, let me just say I am not picking a triple feature and not picking those films right now. I'm not saying that at some point none of us are going to pick that movie or those movies, but I'm just saying
Like how
that's
you
not
now,
actually
like,
my
after you
August
say,
pick.
like, oh, I should probably leave this door open just in case.
Just, I don't want to say never, but that is not actually my August pick. So don't watch all of those movies and then be, patiently waiting for us to dive into Danny DeVito's dog role. But Todd's pick for this month is Sicario. So if you have not watched Sicario yet, make sure you watch that before the end of the month. So next week's episode will be our Sicario episode. So if you are interested in listening to our thoughts on Sicario, make sure you watch the film if you haven't yet. I forget where it's streaming. If it is streaming, I feel like it's on Amazon maybe. I need to start adding that into my note just so I know. I have to keep looking it up every time. I believe it is on Amazon Prime or YouTube Primetime subscription, which Mike says is not real. It just always pops up when you Google just movie streaming, where streaming or whatever you want to Google. Does the thing for YouTube not say YouTube Primetime subscription for you? I'm just curious if what that even is.
Streaming. Let's see. So I've got Sling TV, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, Google Play Movies, Apple TV, Fandango at Home.
But under YouTube, anywhere on the YouTube section there, it does not say Primetime subscription. It must be because you pay for YouTube already.
Maybe.
No, that's definitely what
let
it
me
is.
let me pick a different movie that's not Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah, no, just do it with Sicario.
YouTube Primetime subscription does say that, but I'm pretty sure that just means that you need to, in the same way Amazon, like, yeah, you can watch it on Amazon if you subscribe to HBO Max.
Oh no,
Yeah.
listen, Mike, I believe you.
Primetime subscription is
says-
just means that you like subscribe to
Yeah, because it also
like
says Sling
Showtime
TV.
or Stars or
It says Sling TV Primetime subscription, Filio Primetime subscription. Like it says it for.
No, I know, but when
Good
I
things.
only bring it up because when I've referenced it in the past, you have flat out told me that that's not a thing, and I just am just reading what Google is telling me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you said it weird. If you had said Sling TV Primetime subscription, I'd be like, oh, I get how you're reading it now. You read it as if it said YouTube Primetime subscription. Like it says YouTube and also says YouTube TV. Those are 2 different things
Okay,
listed there.
so let me I guess go super inside baseball for whenever I read these for any of the movies we're watching. Like if I read
You never said Amazon Prime Video subscribed.
again, because you have to fucking subscribe to watch it on there. So I don't need to read subscription. Same thing with Apple TV. If I don't say Apple TV from $3.99 because I just don't even say Apple TV because that's a renting situation.
yeah. So premium subscription also means that you have to subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
So when you said YouTube Primetime subscription, it's the same thing as saying Amazon Prime subscription.
Yeah, you read it wrong. Don't
You
blame
normally
me.
leave off
They-
the subscriptions,
yes,
and that time
yes.
you added
For-
YouTube Primetime
for-
subscription.
there are some movies you can just watch on YouTube without a subscription.
But it wouldn't say Primetime subscription; it would just say YouTube.
Then the way it's worked for how we've picked movies, it has always been a case where that's not the case. The case is always like, oh, it's on Amazon or oh, it's on Hulu or whatever. So it's
Yes.
just like, hey, it's on Hulu or get it wherever you fucking fuck around. That's how it's always kind of worked. So it hasn't worked in a scenario where it's been a free film on YouTube and also not on one of the streaming services. So that's how it has not worked out. Like it hasn't been on Netflix and also been a free movie on YouTube.
Okay.
So there would for any film that we've picked, there never would have been a scenario where I would have both of those options for the film to read.
Okay.
That's the only reason why. I was just.
But normally you leave off subscriptions. That's the only reason that today
again,
and last week you had
there
brought
isn't a
up
free
YouTube.
version of Netflix. So it's implied that if you're watching it on Netflix, you are subscribed.
Okay,
It's
I'm
the
upset
implication.
I'm upset
Yes.
that we're belaboring this point, but here's what I want to ask.
There's
'Cause
also
again,
not a free version of Amazon Prime,
That's why I never
You
read
have to-
subscription. That's why I always say it's on Amazon.
but there are movies on Amazon Prime for free.
It hasn't worked out where we've picked a movie
Wait.
that is. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Isn't
Yes.
there's a free subscription to Amazon Prime, isn't there?
You have to subscribe to Amazon.
Oh yeah, like okay, man.
So you're paying money.
Yeah. Never mind.
What were you gonna say, Mike? Before we are so in the weeds on
we're
nonsense.
so in the weeds. So this is not a good example because Sicario appears to actually. Let me see what happens if I click watch on Amazon Prime Video. I can just watch it now. So we've established that for some movies they exist on platforms that you can either subscribe to the platform or subscribe to the platform as well as that's somebody else. You can subscribe to the platform
Not me.
and subscribe to something else, right? So like I can subscribe to fucking
Do I have to edit that out? I don't even know what just happened.
It
Yeah,
was
you
just
can-
me starting Sicario to see if it was
Oh,
going to
okay.
play for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. You can subscribe to Amazon. Now I forgot what I was saying. But basically I clicked on Sicario for YouTube premium subscription and it started going, hey, subscribe to MGM Plus. So we've established that yes, to watch it on YouTube, you have to subscribe to MGM Plus.
Yes.
Correct.
Now, there have been instances where the same thing occurred for Amazon Prime, right? Like it said, yeah, you can watch it on Amazon Prime, but you need to have some other subscription. I don't think have you ever denoted that? Have you ever said like, hey, it's on Amazon Prime?
Is the point of this to try to make me sound like I am singling out YouTube? Because I
Yes.
don't fucking care, Mike. Again, I think
So anyways, I just clicked on Amazon Prime. I do not have an MGM Plus subscription, and
it
it
started
started playing. So
Yes.
it appears that the MGM Plus subscription is just bypassed on Amazon Prime right now. So watch
okay.
Sicario there,
Yeah.
Yes. Or subscribe to MGM Plus if you feel like it. I mean,
or subscribe to MGM Plus.
Fuck
If
this
you need
MGM
another
Plus.
streaming
I
service.
think the actual inception of this whole weird thing that Mike feels personally attached to fucking YouTube for some reason.
you brought it up.
You did. You
said-
said Mike claims that this is not a
Mike
thing.
claims, and I'm like, yeah, this is why I claim that.
Yeah, you claim that it's not a real thing.
Yeah.
But it is.
You again.
Just
cannot
like
stress
there's
enough.
also a Amazon Primetime subscription and
Yes, I cannot
So
stress enough.
no, okay. So I want to pull it back even further because now we're just so fucking 20 minutes into this episode about nothing.
Cut all of this.
I'm not doing any of that. I think the original thing is not even. It's not. There's obviously a paid version of YouTube. It is specifically that I called it the Primetime subscription, and that was your issue.
Yes.
Okay.
paid version of YouTube is YouTube Plus.
I don't pay for YouTube. I will never pay for
Paid
YouTube.
version of YouTube
Yeah, I will
is
never pay for YouTube.
still just called YouTube.
Yeah, I thought it was called YouTube Plus.
No, it used to be YouTube Red,
So-
and then I think they
Yes.
dropped that.
I thought they
entirely.
changed it to YouTube.
Oh, it's YouTube
Plus.
Premium actually.
So
Oh,
the
okay.
whole thing
Premium
is
subscription?
No.
whenever I've said Primetime subscription, it irks Mike because there's no thing within YouTube that's called Primetime, YouTube Primetime or whatever. This is probably, but it also makes no sense because Google owns YouTube, correct?
Yes.
So their fucking platform is listing the name of the subscription itself incorrectly, which is also bizarre.
They're not.
They're
Is it
just
not-
telling you.
Is it
Just
called
tell-
a Primetime subscription?
On
We
YouTube,
talked about this
on
other
YouTube,
time.
they are called primetime subscriptions. On
Mike said
every
it's
other
not.
platform, no, I just looked it up. It is called primetime.
So Mike's been wrong this whole fucking time.
Well, no, because there's nothing called a primetime subscription. It's just a paid, like you have to pay to access a channel on YouTube. There's not a primetime subscription that you just
Yeah, I pay for YouTube. It's still like if I try watching Sicario, it says, "Hey, get MGM Plus."
MGM
not
Plus
even-
is
but
a
I-
primetime subscription.
It's not,
Yes.
according to Google. It's just a subscription. Same thing with Amazon Prime. YouTube is denoted as a prime time subscription. Philo is noted as a premium subscription. Sling TV is noted as a premium subscription.
It's just the naming convention of what they call MGM Plus.
I understand. All I'm trying to say is the initial problem was that Mike was telling me that there's nothing on YouTube called primetime subscription. I am just reading what Google is telling me. Google owns YouTube. It's the only one that's listed that way. This is
because it's
Google
their
issue.
naming convention. No, it's YouTube's naming convention.
But Mike says it's not real.
I just looked it up. It is real.
Yeah, but Mike
Everything else calls it premium.
But Mike is telling us it's not real.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't
Watch
actually care.
Sicario. Watch Sicario on Amazon Prime. This is the dumbest conversation.
Just
Sicario
buy
is
it.
no longer the movie
It's
pick.
a buyable movie, so just buy it. Everyone buy it.
Just buy it.
I
Go to your
don't
local
actually
Blockbuster.
care. Mike was always telling me it's not a real thing. That's all. That's the inception of this argument. It's okay. I love you.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
I
glad
don't know.
we,
There's nothing
we almost
called
said
a
that.
primetime subscription. I don't know if that's like his thing. Like you don't
You're not
subscribe
buying
to
the
YouTube
primetime
Primetime.
subscription,
Yes.
I get confused why Google just doesn't list it as subscription or whatever. Like the fact that they add the word primetime is the weird part.
Because YouTube
I'm a
subscription would
Right.
imply that you're just subscribing to whatever Mike pays for.
yeah, maybe that's the case.
Primetime subscription denotes that you have to like do an additional add-on.
Okay. Interesting.
It's just the naming convention.
YouTube is already free.
This is
You can pay for it.
the dumbest conversation.
This is the type of shit you can get by listening to this podcast for 22 minutes. Also, like, YouTube Primetime apparently is a thing. YouTube Primetime channels lets you subscribe to 45 plus on-demand streaming TV services and add-ons within YouTube. That's regular YouTube, not YouTube TV, the live TV streaming service. So that's what they list it as.
That's a
Fuck it, I'm
weird
going
thing
back
for
to
them to
Google
do.
at this
Is
point.
YouTube
I'm going
Primetime the
back
same
to
as Premium? Some YouTube Premium features like ad-free viewing are not available on Primetime channels. If you are a YouTube Premium subscriber and you purchase a Primetime channel, you cannot download programs for offline viewing.
Yeah, primetime channels. So there's not like an overarching primetime subscription. You have to individually
Pick
like
up a
pay for
channel.
channels.
Okay. That is confusing for no fucking reason.
It's confusing because YouTube exists as its own platform, and then YouTube became like, we're gonna also try cable,
Mhm.
and so now it's just like all-encompassing videos. So when you do something like that, it just is like,
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, it is a branding thing. Obviously, they're like, well, people know the name. Let's just attach it to things.
they
But
know
yeah,
YouTube is videos.
different
So
things.
Anyways, this podcast fucking sucks. Cam in the chat, Todd is frozen. Yes, Cam. Todd is here in audio only, and we froze his camera where it was and put it here as his picture because that's what he gets.
2 weeks in a row.
That's his purgatory.
It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, we got a great show. Watch Sicario. That's the movie
No.
pick. We'll talk about it next week. Other quick housekeeping things. I don't fucking know. We're already halfway into the episode. It doesn't matter at this point. We're already past that point of the show. We're sponsored by ourselves today. If you want to support us, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to the show. Subscribe to us on I almost said Amazon Prime. Subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/passcontroller. Follow us on social media at passcontroller. Search for us on YouTube at anywhere. Just search Pass the Controller or Pass the Controller Podcast. Hit the little bell there. Give us all that love. We appreciate you.
pay for our primetime subscription.
Pay for our primetime subscription so Mike can finally watch MGM Plus on his phone when he's taking a dump. Do you watch movies when you're taking a dump, Mike?
How long am I sitting on the toilet for?
I don't know. Maybe you're a long goer. I don't know.
It's a good Marvel snap time, you know. You don't
Yeah.
need to watch
Yeah,
movies.
That's
Todd
where you
wants
go
to-
to.
Todd just snapping
Todd wants
one
to play
off real
Marvel
quick.
Snap.
When I was in college, I used to play games on my phone while I was taking a bathroom break during class.
When I was in
And I
college,
feel
I
like
didn't
I would
have
be
it.
in there for way longer than, and not because I was just playing a game and I didn't want to be sitting in class.
Yeah, your legs are gonna fall asleep.
My legs fall asleep occasionally in the bathroom.
Right.
Because I don't have, I have like, when I lost all my weight, I have like no butt now. It's so depressing. I blame it on that. Anyways, we got a great show. Before we talk about Hellblade, anyone else playing anything? Mike, you saw Furiosa, spoiler free. How you feeling?
It was a good movie. Non-stop action, crazy stuff.
Better than
I was supposed to see it today.
Fury Road?
I haven't seen Fury Road in such a long time. I cannot remember. I can't.
Oh, really?
It's a prequel, right? Is that what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Prequel.
And she is I forget her name. Anya Taylor-Joy. She is playing the same character as Charlize Theron, just that.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a younger version.
Is there a reason why they didn't just have Charlize play that role?
Yeah,
I
because
believe
she's
it takes
40 years
place
old.
like I believe it takes place like a good number of years before the current before Fury Road.
Gotcha. Okay. You enjoyed it though, besides all the
Yes.
nonstop action. Did you say you were gonna see it again today?
No, Todd was supposed to see it today.
Mike was supposed to see Garfield today.
I was supposed to see Garfield.
Oh shit! Why didn't you
Hey,
see it?
Brad.
You know,
Too much.
I hated
lasagna.
Monday. Too much lasagna. Monday's been bleeding over into my Friday. I just
Wow, it's
couldn't
not good. It's not good, Mike.
couldn't even do it. Was there something I wanted to actually see today? No, I don't think so.
Like another movie?
Yeah, like another movie. I don't
Yeah, you
think
should have
so.
saw Fall Guy, Mike, so that would have fucking had a better box
Right.
office run. You piece
Yeah,
of
I
shit.
should have. No, that's true. I admit that. I should have seen it in theater. I want to see it in theaters. I forget why I didn't do it.
Fucking jerk. You go to all these early showings, fucking you go to all these movies, you go to like a movie a week. You can't Emily Blunt doesn't deserve a fucking couple hours of your time, Mike?
That's what I'm saying.
He's getting a couple hours of his time.
No, yeah.
Well, yeah, at home, probably on his fucking primetime YouTube subscription, not in the theater where she fucking needs it.
Maybe if she did an AMC ad, I'd reconsider.
Did you fucking go to the theater to see fucking bomb movie? Dropping
Excuse me?
bombs? The bomb movie?
Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, so okay,
that-
so
that
what?
brought me to the theater.
Emily Blunt's good for you there, but
Emily
not,
Blunt was. Brendan has not seen Oppenheimer. I don't believe she
No.
is barely there.
Oh,
for-
so that's
for
why
a
you saw it,
good-
because you're like,
for a
oh,
good-
oh, this bitch isn't
For
even
a
here.
good like half of the film, she is like a blurry figure in the background of Cillian Murphy talking. Like it took a while. I was like, oh,
Ridiculous. So
That's Emily Blunt.
nobody respects Emily Blunt except
Brendan,
for
pick
me.
that movie as your next pick.
I'm
Oppenheimer,
good.
you
I'll
should
pass.
Definitely
I'll
watch that.
pass.
No, you should
Also,
watch it.
I was speaking as if I was Mike calling Emily Blunt a bitch because apparently Mike hates Emily Blunt. Emily, if you're listening, I love you.
What?
You're not a bitch. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I have been not particularly interested in whatever it is Brendan's saying, so I have no idea what's going on.
There's a lot of things going on. Anyways, so Mike's movie minute. How are we feeling about what's your next most anticipated theatrical release, Mike?
What is coming up?
Oh,
You know
gonna
we
be
got-
long legs. Long legs, Mike. Go with long legs.
No,
What does that even mean? Is that
It's
a
new
movie?
coming out?
It's called
It's a horror
Long Legs.
Yeah,
Yikes!
it's a
No,
horror
thank
movie.
you.
Nicolas
What's-
Cage is a killer in it, I believe. Fucking sign me up.
Spoilers.
we got Deadpool and Wolverine coming up in
Mhm.
July, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do I have
26,
for
I think?
June? What do I have for June?
Oh,
Yeah, I
Fall
don't
Guy.
know.
Oh, wait, no, Mike, because you didn't see Fall Guy. It's already coming on demand.
It's
Yeah.
there already.
Of course, I wouldn't say Fall Guy because that movie came out 2 weeks ago and it's on digital now. Like it's not a movie I'm looking forward to anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a movie
that's
that I
fair,
can watch
that's fair.
whenever.
All right, Mr.
Hey,
Prime.
Mike, did you
Uh,
go see If in theaters?
I didn't, but people. Number one, people have trashed. The
So you don't
movie.
support her husband either.
Wow.
I don't.
Mike's,
don't.
Mike's,
People are always
Mike's
like-
I don't root for
Girls
the,
like
for the
Mike,
hometown
watch.
fans.
Wait, no. Which one?
Everybody's like,
Reachers-
Mike, watch Leatherheads or whatever the name of that movie, the football movie he was in.
Reacher is the other one, right? And he's in the.
Reacher's the show with
He's in
With-
the
what's
with the
face?
guy that
Something
was.
Gentleman.
yeah,
that
Jack
was like-
Ryan. Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
Mike won't go support John Krasinski. Mike won't go support Emily Blunt or Ryan Gosling. But instead, Mike will go watch fucking The Beekeeper twice.
Goddamn right.
Brendan, do you truly believe I saw The Beekeeper twice? I'm just curious.
I believe that you saw the Beekeeper twice.
You paid for
Well,
2 tickets, Mike. I don't know if you sat down and watched it, but I saw you. You paid it forward. You were like, this guy, get him into. I watched you.
You watched me.
Yeah, 55 tickets, 55 fries, 55 buckets.
Mike, any interest in Bad
No,
Boys?
Bad Boys, not really. Did I see the third one? I didn't see the third one.
I thought the third one. I love Bad Boys. I thought the third one was not that great.
Inside Out? The
That I
Watchers,
do-
Mike?
Inside Out, I'm more interested in.
I think I'm gonna forego naming this episode like Hellblade fucking 2 discussion. I think I'm just gonna
No.
call it Mike Hates Emily Blunt or something.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
What about The Quiet Place Day 1? That comes out in June.
I didn't watch the first 2 movies.
Because he hates
They
fucking
suck.
Krasinski.
They're not good. I'm with Mike actually. I might be siding with Mike. I like Blunt,
Yeah.
but I don't like but minus The Office.
Brendan's all about Emily Blunt all of a sudden, but we keep saying, "Hey, Brendan,
all
watch,
of a sudden.
We said
all
we
of
said,
a sudden,
Brendan,
Mike. No,
watch Edge of Tomorrow, Brendan. Watch Edge of
That's the one you
Tomorrow."
need to watch.
And he's
That's the
like,
fucking movie.
"I don't."
no.
He said all those things. Well, he said something along those lines. I wasn't actually paying attention to him, but he was going boo 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 boo.
No,
boo,
I think
which amounted to him not watching the movie. Let's be honest.
I think what I said was probably you guys can pick that movie at some point. You don't have to pick
I'm
the
sorry.
Country Bears.
I forgot. Brendan loves Emily Blunt so much, but he will only watch her movies when we say, "Hey, watch this movie this month." He can't be proactive and watch a film on his own because, "Oh, I'm interested," or "Oh, I like this actress." He needs specifically for us to say, "Brendan, watch this movie by the end of the month so we can talk about it."
Mike's
What
fucking
about
firing
Thelma?
on all cylinders tonight. Are you sure that's a cup of cranberry juice?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a cup, obviously. What were you gonna say, Dom?
What about Thelma? Do you know which one that is?
I definitely saw that
The
title.
one where like the old woman, I think she has her purse stolen or
Purse stolen,
something, and then she
it
like goes
was-
on like a
Go on a
rampage.
rampage.
Like, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, I did see that trailer. I forgot about that. That's just a wild genre that we've decided to go all in on.
I'm trying
A
to
person
figure.
is wrong
That's
to
an
go on a rampage.
I'm trying to figure out which one of us has actually seen more Emily Blunt movies.
She was
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
Hold on,
so
I
I've seen that.
just got it up right now. None of us
I've
have
seen
seen
that.
If. None of us have seen The Fall Guy. None of us have seen Pain Hustlers. All 3 of you have seen Oppenheimer?
Yep.
I still
All
have not watched Oppenheimer.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
Keep,
still
keep
have.
your own score and don't lie.
Okay.
Don't lie. All
Let
right.
me open up Notepad real quick. I just need to type it.
Oh, Mike's gonna have a big list. He says.
I'm gonna skip TV things, only movies.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is a point for Dom only. Jungle Cruise.
I have seen Jungle Cruise.
You never picked it, right? That wasn't one of your picks?
No,
Okay.
but that would have come out after that year.
Okay. Wild Mountain Time. I have no idea what that is.
Nope.
A Quiet Place 2.
I saw it.
I didn't watch
Sorry.
the second one.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes, I've seen it.
Mike, are you still 1 on the board?
I'm still one on the board.
Okay, I'm a 0 currently.
I'm a 2.
But
I'm a
we're
2.
working back. You got to remember, we're working
I'm
back.
also too.
My Little Pony the movie.
Did not see that.
I'm a 3.
You watched My Little Pony the movie, Todd? Get out of here. Animal Crackers.
I don't even know what that is.
I think
Animal
I think it's a
Crackers
movie
in my
about the
stew.
cookies.
Monkeys and rabbits. Loop de loop.
The Girl on the Train.
No.
The Huntsman Winter's War.
I didn't.
Did I watch that one?
I don't know what
I think
that
I watched
is.
the first one, but I didn't
Yeah.
watch the second one.
I watched the first one.
I don't think she's in the first one.
Sicario.
We're gonna watch that.
Into the Woods.
I've only seen the actual play. I don't think I watched.
Yeah,
the
I didn't watch the whole movie.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
an F1 movie. Let's go.
The Wind Rises.
Well, we did watch that.
Arthur Newman? Yeah, it was a movie pick, Todd.
Yeah, but I don't know if Todd did that one.
Todd might have actually not
We-
have been here for that pick.
Yeah, we talked about this before. I think he was not there for that
Um,
for some reason.
Looper. That's 3 for me.
Okay. I'm at 5.
5-year engagement. That's 4 for me. Anyone else got 5-year engagement on their notepad?
Absolutely not.
No.
The Muppets.
I don't know why you're just like super proud of that.
Yeah, I got that one.
Anybody else got this movie that you're definitely not gonna have seen?
2011, The Muppets. I have seen.
I did see that.
Is that the first one?
That is the
Jason Segel one?
Segel one. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
That's not a thing. Your sister's sister. I don't know. Salmon fishing in the Yemen. The Adjustment Bureau.
I did see that.
I think I have seen this too.
That's Matt Damon. Yeah, Matt Damon. Was Anthony Mackie in that?
It
was like a.
Yes, Anthony Mackie is in this movie.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think I've seen this film, but I can't definitively say, so I will not add it to mine. But I'm pretty sure I did see that movie. Romeo and Juliet.
No.
What, a temperature check. Where's everyone at? I'm at 5.
I think I'm at
6.
6.
I'm at 7.
Damn, Dom took the fucking lead. The Wolfman.
Oh, was that the Benicio del Toro
Benicio
one?
del Toro one?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
I did see
I
that.
didn't see it either. I didn't know she was in it.
Gulliver's Travels.
That's the Jack Black one, right?
I didn't watch that one.
I did see that.
Wild Target.
I'm pretty sure I'm done at 6.
No, I don't know that one.
The Young Victoria.
Nope.
Sunshine Cleaning.
Yo, I think Emily Blunt sucks.
The Great
Todd
Buck
with commanding
Howard.
lead. You know what? I've seen all these films. I think she sucks.
The Great Buck Howard. Charlie Wilson's War. Dan in Real Life.
7.
Nobody else? Dan in Real Life. Steve
is that-
Carell.
is that?
I know the
I've
movie.
seen
I didn't
in
watch
real
it.
life.
The Jane Austen Book Club. Wind Chill. Devil Wears Prada.
Anybody else got Devil Wears Prada?
I'm assuming
Brendan's-
all of you have.
Brennan's
I haven't
so.
seen it.
He's like,
I've never
guess what?
seen
I
it.
watched all these movies because Jen made me watch them. I'm the
Mike,
coolest.
The Devil Wears Prada came out when we were in high school. I'm pretty sure that we all watched it in high school.
Wait, really?
Well,
I did not watch it.
regardless, it doesn't matter. Jen made you watch a lot of old movies that you watched that you didn't see before. So like, she could still make you watch a movie now.
Yeah, that's fair. Mike, you're so antagonistic today. I'm sorry I talked
Oh, wow,
bad
that
about
was-
you two.
That was 2006. Damn.
You keep calling.
I didn't know you were.
Like, I'm-
I didn't know
I'm
you. I didn't know you were
You're
in
like
fucking.
Drake right now. You're like
the-
Drake right now. You're like, whoa. I'm sorry. I thought we were just playing. Yeah.
No, I'm not
No.
like Drake. Get the fuck out of here.
Now
with that
it's-
shit.
Brendan's Drake.
Yeah, it's
Poke the
part
bear.
of the
Like,
PTC
whoa.
war now.
I didn't realize this.
Drake.
I didn't realize my actions had consequences. Holy shit.
What action did I take and what consequences am I getting? What are you talking about?
All of this. Literally the last 40 minutes.
It really has been 40 minutes. This episode sucks. I'm not reading the rest. I think Dom won.
I'm at 9.
Yeah, dumb one.
Damn, Dom's a real blunt
Biggest
file.
Emily Blunt fan.
Biggest
There it
one
is.
in
Now
the books.
do John
Definitive.
Krasinski. So let's do another 20 minutes of John Krasinski now. Everyone, go.
I think I've seen like 2 of his movies.
Right, for real.
Anyways, I don't know. Anyone else want to talk about anything besides Hellblade before we talk about Hellblade and then go cry?
I got nothing.
All right. Hellblade 2.
Oh, she's gonna be in the Smashing Machine.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, yes, she is. She is. The new Rock. movie.
Didn't somebody sent out the picture of the Rock? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie. Yeah, where he's playing a
Oh,
wrestler.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about.
I think that'll be my pick.
I
So
just
that we can all watch
I
the
just-
Emily Blunt movie.
opened and the algorithm has Emily Blunt shit everywhere on my thing. And Fall Guy.
Oh, it's not until December.
What was I gonna pull up? Oh, Hellblade. So, how we're almost all done with it at this point, except for Mike, who
Mike
I
finished
think
it
Mike
like,
just started.
last week.
Oh, Mike finished it. Oh, I didn't realize.
Hold on.
What's your overall spoiler free, Mike? How are you feeling about Hellblade 2?
It could have used more Emily Blunt.
That's true. I mean, that is true.
There is a lack of it.
Um, what is this fucking podcast? Hellblade 2. Did the two of you? I'm excluding Mike because I'm just assuming Mike did not play Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Did you enjoy the first game?
I did not. I stopped because I got to a puzzle and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm okay with this game. I'm good.
Wait, hold. You never finished it?
No, I got to a puzzle in the woods where you had to like make a door appear by like backtracking and all this other stuff, and I was just like, you know,
Like the first boss.
no, it's like halfway through the game, I think.
Yeah, the game is like a 5-hour game.
Oh, is
Like,
that game short too? I didn't know that game
yeah.
was that short.
I think
Yeah,
the
so
first game is shorter than the second one.
Yeah, I think the first game is shorter than the second one. Well, Todd, I got news for you because the puzzles in this game are not puzzles. They're just look at the thing and press the button. So you must
no,
be
it's
having a
not.
great time.
It's not that simple. It is not that simple. It's easy, but it's not that simple. It's like kind of walk around and fucking. Oh, there's like little waves of blue over here, so I got to figure out how to get over here and fucking go fucking look at a ball and stare at it and press the right trigger and.
Yeah, none of that is.
Listen,
We'll come back
puzzles
to it. I don't want to
made
shut on the game because am really enjoying the game. But I mean, as far as like the gameplay elements of it, I don't think that like the combat is difficult. I don't think the puzzles are difficult. Not that that makes it bad. Like doesn't make it inherently bad. I don't. I think there's very little you have to. I think grapple with to solve the puzzles.
I appreciate these
Are you not
puzzles the
having
way.
that same thought, Dom?
No,
They're puzzles. They're just they're not
They're not
super
challenging.
challenging.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to pull up YouTube every 2 seconds. I fucking hate puzzles in games that like make it like way too complicated. I think these puzzles are like perfect for like for someone who needs shit dumbed down like me.
Yeah, I didn't say it makes them inherently bad. I think it's like definitely worth noting that I don't
They're not they're not
Yeah.
super challenging puzzles.
like my biggest thing that I'm dealing with.
The Raven door thing that Todd is talking about from
Yeah.
the first game is a puzzle.
Yes.
You had to like walk around and like use the doors in the correct order and like use them from the correct like
Viewpoint.
field of view and
Which,
so like that is more of a puzzle than most of the stuff from this game.
The thing is that those similar types of puzzles exist in this game. It's just like you are, at least so far, and I have not finished the game. None of us have finished it, but I'm almost. I would say I maybe have max 2 hours left. Like I'm pretty much towards past the back half of like I'm past the half point. I'm on the back end of the game. I like it seems like a lot of the puzzles don't have a lot of opportunity for you to like potentially choose the wrong path or choose like it's kind of all just there, which again is not a negative thing. It's just I like puzzle games, so like any puzzle section I'm just like breezing right through. Like it's not taking me a lot of time or anything. But that's kind of where my biggest, and it's not even a complaint. I'll have more fully fleshed out thoughts once I actually finish the game and can digest it as it's the sum of its parts. But I think this is a game that it has gameplay, it has combat, it has puzzles, it has exploration, it has things to be a completionist if you want to look for hidden things. But it's not. Not that the gameplay is bad, but it's not a game. Like I'm really enjoying my time with this game, but it's not because of the gameplay. It is because, like, normally again I don't often care about like photorealism, whatever, but like it is visually striking. The audio design is. I don't know. I've never played a game that has this type of audio design where I'm playing with headphones on and I am completely absorbed in what's going on, for better or for worse, because, like, again, the voices in your head are also like very quickly pointing you to the solution of everything, which again is, I don't necessarily say it's a negative, because it does enhance the experience in some way, but it kind of pulls away from the gameplay elements. Like, I'll be doing something, let's say I got to light a lantern, and I'll just leave it at that. I won't get into more detail about puzzles and stuff, but the voices will literally be, as I'm doing it, telling me like, you need to light it, or you need to put the light out. Like, it's telling me the solution, which it would be interesting to have that same puzzle experience without that, because I don't think the puzzles are challenging, so I don't think the voices are actually helping me solve it. But
I don't think they help me either.
But
I
without
think
that,
you can
probably
turn
turn
the
it down.
difficulty up in the game, so
Oh.
I don't know if that would take out some
The
of
voices.
the voices.
Yeah.
I like just started the game and started playing, and
Me
then
too,
like
yeah.
I had paused it at one point and noticed that there was a difficulty tab.
Yeah.
So I think if you turn the difficulty up, I wonder if that turns like some of that stuff down.
But the problem I would have with that is that, like, I think that the very at times aggressive use of the voices in your head adds so much to the experience of the game.
Yeah, but in the puzzles, it's not like the most important thing. Like,
that's true.
There's sections where it's like obviously necessary to have them, but
Yeah. But even during those moments, I get, because I mean, both games deal with a lot of like mental health things, among other things, and I think that just kind of plays into everything that's going on throughout the game, even if it's just as simple as like, you gotta light this fucking lantern, we're gonna yell at you to do it, even though you're actively doing it. So I feel like even removing some of that might pull away from what I think is like, it's a game that's an experience. Like, not a good example, but also the example I'm going to go with, I guess, for lack of a better one, is a game that came out, I think at this point last year, maybe it's 2 years old. We Are OFK. Fantastic experience. If it's the type of experience you want to have, highly recommend it. But it is almost to the point of being like devoid of gameplay elements. Like, it has quote unquote gameplay elements, but the gameplay is so not meaningless, but it's just, you're kind of on rails. You're just picking dialogue options. They don't seem to have a different outcome in anything depending on what you choose. And even the stuff that has more involved gameplay elements, like the music videos, it's still kind of just like, you're just moving stuff around basically while the music video is happening. But it's a game that I really love. It's just, it's not to that point, because Senua has a lot of impressive gameplay stuff. I mean, the combat sections are...
I actually really like the combat.
Yeah, the combat sections
it is.
are like extremely cinematic, and it's, you're not like running around and like, you're not playing fucking Dark Souls or playing an action
1v1.
game.
1v1.
It's just like a choreographed fight that you need to know when to duck, when you need to know when to parry, and you need to know when to attack. And that might not work for some people. The way that it's presented in the game works for me. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's extremely... What's up?
Getting that perfect parry and then just getting that finisher is so satisfying too. Like, when you're in like the heat of some of those bigger battles, I just love it. Like, and then I like the little element of the mirror to, like, slow down time and stuff. And was that in the first game?
Yes.
Yes.
It was. Okay. Yes.
You probably didn't get to that, Todd, because you stopped at the first puzzle of the game. I mean, I don't want this to come off as like I'm shit talking the game. I'm just critiquing it, because I do really like this game, and I think that, like, at least 2 or 3 times it's already made me well up with tears. Like, it is hitting on some very specific things that I think it strikes on those topics in meaningful ways that resonated with me. Like, I'm excited to see how the game plays out. I'm excited to see Senua's journey through. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm super happy that's a short game, because if it was this for 10 plus hours, I don't know if it would work for me. But it being a on the shorter side. It's a concise. It's doing what it's doing. It's trying to give you an experience, and it's an experience I want to have.
Yeah, like this game completely, for me personally, this game's a piece of art. Like the game's like, it's not like your typical game. I get why people wouldn't like it, but man, does this just hit me in a way. And I said to Brendan earlier in the week, I'm like, it's like playing an A24 movie game that you have like elements of combat, puzzle solving, whatever. It's
I Todd texted me that, and I literally responded, "Fucking Mr. A24," and he's like, "I hate to say it, but it's true. It really is just like playing an A24 movie."
You should just look up how to solve the Raven puzzle and just play through the rest of the first game.
Yeah,
I will.
Because the end of the first game, like the story is really good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, but it's I mean it's just striking all the right notes, and like Brendan said, I am embracing a game that is short because I don't know how many fucking open world games I can have on the list and finish, and like it seems to be like every game I play these days has some sort of open world element, and I'd rather get a little mixed bag of games like this tossed into the middle of all those games. Like it's like a palate cleanser in some ways, but like it's I fucking love this game so far. This is like easily in my top games of the year right now, right next to Balatro, like easily.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to the end of it because I'd like to see how my feelings change, but it really is for me, like it is just, if it's an experience you want to have, like if this type of thing is something of interest to you, I think you'll enjoy it. Like I think it's a game where you sort of need to know a little bit about what you're getting yourself into. Because if you're going into it expecting like, here's this AAA next gen, blockbuster action game, it's like that's not what either Hellblade game is. Like they are gorgeous games. They are technically impressive games, but they're
essentially interactive movies.
Yes, yeah.
Which I think we need more of this stuff. Personally, I would love to get like a game.
I'm
like
sure
this
we
every
get
couple
them. We
years.
just don't. They're like not.
We're not getting. You're not getting it this
broadcast.
Yeah, like
they're
this,
not,
this is a
and I'm like they're not as like. These are like visually like very very impressive.
Yeah.
It's like the first time like we bought all these new consoles, and a lot of these games are on, like I was saying this earlier, a lot of these games are on like PS4, and like they look good, but like this is the first time I'm like, oh okay, next gen, let's go. All right.
Yeah, I mean this is an experience. I'm really excited that it's here. I said this to Todd earlier. I feel like some of the problem with Microsoft exclusive games at this point are they continue to, I think, have to also grapple with the weight that Microsoft has unfortunately put on pretty much all of their games, which is, hey, we're not really putting out a lot of exclusive first party games or exclusive Xbox games, so everything kind of gets a little bit more of a fucking microscope on it. It's,
I was gonna say everything's under a microscope.
Yeah,
that's
like
what it is.
Yeah. Flip it over. Let's say that Senua Saga Hellblade 2 was a PlayStation 5 exclusive this year, and it just came out at the same time. I'm not saying people's opinions on the game would change. I'm not saying that review scores would change. All I'm saying is that you're going from a platform, Xbox, having very few major first-party exclusive games, whereas this year for Sony has been maybe not everyone's bag, but it's been a healthy cadence of, they got Rebirth, they got Helldivers 2, they got other things I'm forgetting. I mean, end of last year was Final Fantasy 16, but it's something else this year. Another PlayStation exclusive this year. What am I missing?
He said Helldivers, Hellblade.
What?
Sony exclusives this year? Sony exclusives this year? That already came out?
Final Fantasy?
I said Final Fantasy end of last year. Rebirth this year. Helldivers 2. I feel like there's another main one that I'm missing.
There's one more that just came out. Oh, Stellar Blade.
Oh, Stellar Blade, yeah. So like it
Rise
has.
of Ronin.
Is that already out? Oh well, there's like there is a cadence of games of different magnitudes and appeal, but you know, Hellblade falling into a rotation of stuff like that, I think it allows it to be its own thing a little bit more, whereas the current situation on the Xbox side of things is that like everything I think is getting extra scrutiny or just extra. It needs to be the fucking tentpole that this is why people buy an Xbox. And it's like, yeah, I could see people being excited to sign up for Game Pass or get an Xbox to play this, but it's not. It's if there was a better cadence of releases, I think Hellblade would be allowed to sing on its own a little bit more. And it's a game that is, again, it's not trying to. Hellblade's not a mass appeal game, in my opinion. Like, it's dealing with heavy topics. It's a very specific type of game that you're playing, and that's already going to just have a smaller appeal than, you know, something that is just a straight up action game or whatever it may be. So
it just sucks because I feel like Xbox has a lot of things in motion right now that are really good, and it has like a lot of diversity in what their first party games are, where like I feel like PlayStation has a lot of the, you know, I love them all, but they're third person over the back games. It's like it's their bread and butter. And I feel like and then we're getting, I mean, Xbox is getting that Kojima game, which is probably going to be very similar to, not like this game, but like it's going to be very like divisive.
Art
like,
house. It's gonna be art house.
And it's really cool that we're getting these games. And we're gonna get, then you'll get like Gear 6 down the line. You'll get like stuff that's, you know, we're getting, I mean, Call of Duty, whatever, but like, you know, shit like that. Like, this is all going to Game Pass too. So I think the future's healthy, but and then the best game that came out over the last 2 years, they ended the studio of, you know, go figure, Tango. But
I mean, that all shit aside, it's just I hope that, because I do think Hellblade is extremely impressive and I'm really enjoying it, and I do hope that it finds the audience that the studio deserves, Ninja Theory, but also just the game finds the love that it deserves. I think it is. I think it's something, you know, unique.
It's unique. Yeah.
And again, like it is focused on very specific things. It's focused on telling a very specific story, dealing with deep topics, and I don't want, especially again, because like we're moving into this era of super consolidation, and we're moving into this era of, you know, got to be blockbuster, got to be massive hits, got to sell a bajillion whatever copies is the number. And I mean, this is probably going to be a game that is played heavily via Game Pass, and I don't want, you know, some of these mega corporations like Microsoft to start to continue to pull away from experiences like that because they're not, you know, shaking the fucking industry or making the sales records or whatever it needs to be, but you know, offering something unique that people are passionate about. Like all the acting in this is fantastic. Like the actress that plays Senua is incredible.
So good. So fucking good.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to finishing it. I was trying desperately to get through it before the end, before the podcast tonight, but I got tied up with some stuff that took some time away from my day, so I was not able to. But really looking forward to finishing that this weekend. Anyone else closing thoughts on Senua?
No, I'll talk about it more next week when I finish it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying my experience. It's definitely not a game for everybody.
Yeah.
If you're going to try it, I would say go in knowing that it's definitely a game about mental health. It's very dark. And like I said, it's like you're essentially playing a movie. So don't expect like crazy action. Don't expect crazy boss fights or anything. Like
when the action comes, though, I do think it's fun. So it's like, I will say that about like
It's cleaned up this game, but
Yeah.
Oh, is it worse than the first one? I don't remember. I remember fighting a little bit, but
it's more clunky in the first game.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean the first game was what, 2017, 2016?
Yeah, I mean it's still very like visually impressive, and the story is still very good, but
yeah, it
definitely feels more stiff.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it for what it is. Like it is like a lazy way to describe it and put a little pin on it for now until we all finish it, but it's essentially like, hey, here's a indie studio that has a lot of money behind it right now that can make what would probably more so often be an indie game, but with a AAA budget. And it's fucking pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool. Did we look into it? Is that actually Sid that's voicing that one character?
No, I was thinking of I was playing Diablo. He's in Diablo.
Okay.
That's where I was confused.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, that'll bring us right up to the end of this. Or I guess before we do that, Mike, any interest in Hellblade? Does that ever seem like something your jam?
Yo, I was gonna say Mike would like this game, and then I was like, no, don't say that because fucking
he won't play it.
I mean, I did not say it was Mike's jam. I asked Mike if he had any interest.
I think Mike would actually like it because I feel like it's minimal like effort to put into this game. So like you can just sit back.
It's short, but it just doesn't seem like
I don't actually
think
Mike would like it though.
I think Mike will think it's the best game he's ever played.
No.
Whoa.
That's my new way to
High
get
praise coming from Todd's idealized version of me.
This is Todd's idealized version of a game too, Mike. It was an A24 game. Think about that.
Oh.
Like the voice acting sounds like that's why I said like because like the not Senua's like split personality, but like the other personality, the deep voice. It's just like on those headphones, good headphones, man. It's like when you're hearing all that at once. It's fucking wild. It's so good.
I know.
I don't think I could play it on a TV. I don't think it would be good.
I am actually curious. After I finish it, I am going to plug it in downstairs. I want to hear what it sounds like through TV speakers because, like, the game suggests that you play it with headphones on. I'm just curious what it does sound like without that because, like, basically, Mike, when you have headphones on, like the way that they capture, like the way that they design the audio, capture the audio, and like implement it into the game, it's like. There are a lot of voices talking in your head while you're playing, and they are coming out from all different, like, not just like left speaker, right speaker. It's like they are coming from fucking.
They're doing spatial audio
yeah,
stuff.
it's like, okay. In the game space, I don't know of any other game that does that. Like, it's so well done. Like, it's just an experience. Like, it's a cool experience. Subject matter though, like I don't know if it would be it. I don't want to say it's scary, but it does have a little jumps here and there. But it's not like a scary game.
It's more like strenuous, like we were talking about, like in the caves. Like there's a part like where you're like,
in the caves. Like, I was like, oh, Brennan's gonna hate this part.
And that is so far that's the longest section of the game.
Yeah, right. It really is.
But yes, some of those
too, though, like some of the tight corners and like shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I am pretty claustrophobic, so some of the tight squeezes in that section. Other parts of the game too. It's just like, but it's all. I think part of the reason why I can get through it is because it's like very poignantly doing these things for the narrative. So it's like. Senua crawling through this space trying to get out, blah, 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 is like reflective of some of the things and themes that they're dealing with. So it's like, I don't know. It makes sense. I have no idea. I will say, too, the game is like pretty much like a one-shot film the whole time. Right? Like, it's kind of just like contiguous, like Birdman. Like it's just a continuous, like when you jump between, when you like go to a next chapter, yes, you like are usually somewhere else traveling, but it's still just like a transitional shot from something in the environment usually to like the next
There's
thing.
not like chapter cards or anything.
Yeah, and there's like no like
But like
there's
there's
probably hidden loading in some of the small movement stuff, but like aside from that, it's like even when you're going between like a cutscene to gameplay or combat, it's like it's all just like rolled in to the point where I think that's what works so well for it is I'm never quite sure when it's going to be gameplay, so I'm always ready to fucking do something because you're never like fully, unless it's just straight up like you're outside and it's like cutscene and you're clearly going to walk at some point soon. But like there's different times where an enemy attacks you, or maybe I don't know if either of you noticed this, but like at the beginning of the game, towards the beginning of the game when you're climbing the cliff at the beginning of the game, you can just stop moving and like you don't climb. Like at first I thought it was just a cutscene but I was still holding up, so I stopped and didn't realize. I was like, oh wait, okay, I actually am controlling Senua right now, and I feel like it does that kind of throughout the game.
Yes, it does blend cutscenes into
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah, it's pretty well done. Anyways, all right. Well, that'll do it for this week's episode 421. But as we do with every episode of the show, we always end with the game. And because we're running a little long today, we're going to end with the Metacritic game that I still don't think we actually came up with a name for. So we're going to play the Metacritic game. The way that works is I pick 3 games. The panel has to give me what they think the Metacritic score is. Closest one to it gets the point. If there's a tie, we have some ways to break the tie.
Do we?
We do now. The scoreboard for the year is Dom still sitting in first with 22 points, but Mike and Todd have been slowly crawling back up the leaderboard, tied in second at 18. Before we jump into it, thank you so much for listening to episode 421. Like I said earlier in the show, subscribe to us wherever you listen. As a reminder, if you're an audio listener, we do record live every week at twitch.tv/PassController. So if you ever want to catch us live, we're over there. If you can't catch the live show, no sweat, but you still want to see the live show or see the show, you can go to YouTube, search Pass the Controller Podcast. We'll pop up. We appreciate you. Leave a 5-star review. It's super helpful. Anyways, game number 1. And the theme tonight is Ninja Theory games. And as we do, if it's a multi-platform game or a game that's available on more than one platform, we're just going to go off whatever has the most critic reviews on Metacritic. We are going to start game 1 with Bleeding Edge.
Ooh,
Mike,
that's a tough one.
what do you think for Bleeding Edge? Released on March 24th, 2020 on the Xbox One and PC. We're going to do the Xbox One Metacritic score.
Bleeding Edge. I feel like I can picture that cover.
It was like trying to be like Overwatch, but like a different kind of game. But
Oh, that one. You guys were playing that.
I think I played it for like a few minutes.
Yeah,
So
I was
I
I played it a few sessions. I don't know if anyone ever played it
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah. It wasn't.
I
good.
feel like that is a solid 70.
Okay, Mike's going with a 70.
I
Todd,
already know what
thinking?
I'm going with.
What
I'm
you
saying
thinking, Todd?
67.
Okay.
67.
Todd,
I don't
Don,
think
take
that
us home.
cleared 70.
I'm gonna go 75. Let's sit right in the middle.
5.
It's 73.
Wait, right in the middle?
77.
Mike said 70.
73.
I said 70 and he said
And Todd said
60 something.
67.
Oh, I thought you said 77 for some reason.
Oh,
I'm still gonna go
75 is locked in.
75.
All right,
I'm still gonna go 75.
Todd is 1 point off with 66. Todd gets the point on Bleeding Edge. Game number 2.
That game's already dead now, too, isn't it?
Yeah, they killed that
Probably.
game a while ago. Game number 2. We're gonna go with the 2007 PlayStation 3 exclusive Heavenly Sword. Todd, you're up first. Does nobody know what this game is?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Wait, what game did you say? You said, hold on.
Heavenly Sword.
game did I
something
say,
like
Todd?
Oh, Heavenly. I thought you said Stellar Blade for a second.
No,
I was thinking
we
Stellar
are doing
Blade as you
Ninja
were saying
Theory
Heavenly
games.
Sword. Okay. Yeah.
Heavenly Sword
I
is a
never played that
2007
game. It's
action
PS3.
adventure hack and slash video game developed by Ninja Theory and published by Sony
launched with
Computer
PS3.
Entertainment. What'd you say?
I think it launched with like the PS3. It was one of like the couple games that came out with it. Fuck, I have no idea. I'm gonna go 85.
Todd's
No,
going,
83. 83.
Todd's going with 83. Dom, what you got?
It's gonna be like a 72.
I don't know. My assumption is that it didn't do.
I think people liked it though.
I mean, it had to have done well enough that Ninja Theory is still developing
Right.
games. I don't know, an 80.
Tom's going with an 80. Mike, take us home on Heavenly Sword.
He's got the easiest answer right now. I feel like if
It
you're last,
feels. Yeah, it feels like it's a game that should be in the 80s. That's how I feel. I already forget what everyone else said. I'm gonna say
I think it could
80.
be 70s too.
Well, Todd, you already put your guess in.
Todd said 83. Dom said 80. You can also pick the same score if you think
Same
someone
number,
got
yeah.
a bullseye.
I should have said 78.
I'm gonna say 85.
Oh, okay. Well, Dom will take the point, being one off. It was a 79.
Yep, there you go.
And sticking with our theme of games that Ninja Theory worked on, we're going to end with a little game called Disney Infinity, the 3.0 edition. And we're going to go off the platform with the most reviews, which in this case is the PS4. So, Dom, start us off. PS4 Disney Infinity 3.0 edition.
Is that the toy game where you like go? It's like
Yes.
Amiibos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.0 edition. I don't know how much that's going to change things. I'm just going to go. I'm going to go 77.
Okay. Mike, what do you think in Disney Infinity 3.0 edition on the PS4?
Do people like the game or do they just like the figures?
Released on
Don't
August
know.
of 2015. Mike.
Tom, did you ever play it?
I never played the game. I had figures for it, though.
Disney Infinity. I'm gonna go 80.
Okay.
All right. So Mike's 80. What was Dom?
77.
I'll go 75.
Todd's going with a 75. And I feel like I can't throw a rule into the mix like this. So we won't, but maybe in future ones we will. I feel like if someone gets a bullseye, they should get 2 points. But that was not established beforehand. So no one's going to get a bullseye. Instead, Mike is going to make sure the leaderboard stays tied yet again because each of you got one right. So that puts Todd at 19, Dom at 23, and Mike also at 19. It was 80.
I said 80.
Oh wow, it's that high, huh?
Yeah, as a mixed user score of 6.1, but it has an 80 on Critic Score, a 78 on Xbox Critic, and a Wii U 81.
Yeah.
Let's see, Disney Infinity 3. Let's just see what's the first one that pops up. Oh, no reviews popped up. Let me type in review. Disney Infinity, let's see. IGN gave it a IGN gave it an 8.9.
Yeah.
Verdict. Disney Infinity 3.0 sees the pop culture powerhouse flexing its formidable mega franchise muscles with impressive results. It's a game that doesn't just encourage the player to have fun, it insists on it, offering up a generous helping of gameplay and countless things to unlock even before you start piling on all the optional add-ons. It's truly a dizzying amount of Disney, a virtual toy box packed with some of the most beloved characters from the past 100 years of entertainment, polished up and overflowing with fun and options for creativity. It's often said that the all-ages approach of Nintendo has led it to become the Disney of the video game world. With Disney Infinity 3.0, the House of Mouse has made its most confident strides yet towards earning that title for its own. That was Tristan Ogilvy for IGN. So apparently people enjoyed Disney Infinity. I'm pretty sure I have one of the sets in my closet. I've never opened it though. I've never played it.
I just assumed that. I think Disney Infinity died at 3.0. That's why I was assuming that it didn't do as well.
I think the real reason why it probably died is that I just don't think Toys to Life ever did anything.
Never, yeah.
I mean, because realistically, it didn't really ever do anything for Nintendo games. People just wanted to collect the fucking figures, and the Disney Infinity figures were like cool. They were like nice figures.
What was
Can you still get those things?
Skylanders?
Yeah,
Skylanders
is what started it.
Yeah, Skylanders was huge. I feel like they were like releasing new figures every week.
It probably.
Wait, how do those figures work though, as far as the console, like a PS4 goes? Though?
You had a portal thing you plugged into a controller port or USB port, and it would scan it.
Oh, weird.
But I think Skylanders' probably ultimate demise was just the bloat of the segment. I mean, it went from Skylanders Amiibo, Disney Infinity, and in an age of like toy stores not existing.
Lego Dimensions.
Oh, and Lego Dimensions. I forgot all about Lego Dimensions. So it's like it went from like nothing to here's 4 big players.
Yeah, I guess
toy stores are closed.
I guess Toys to Life was like, I mean, it was still hanging by a thread, I guess, but like Toys R Us dying was definitely huge.
Yeah, toy stores definitely didn't help it, and honestly, like there's probably some similar. I bet there's like some similar way, like in the ways that like the plastic instrument went away. I guarantee it was like a similar type of like not sustainable business model, overproducing or underproducing things, and stores not wanting to carry fucking aisles of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean,
want to make peg space for Amiibo anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Skylanders was big enough to the point that Nintendo fucking put Bowser and Donkey Kong as Skylanders.
Mm-hmm. And Amiibo. All in one.
Oh, yeah, they do function as Amiibo, too. Yeah. Lego Dimensions is an interesting one because I feel like for another company that probably would never have worked due to licensing, but I feel like Lego probably has great partner relationships for licensing out all those like
they probably
things.
Partner relationships with everybody at this point.
So it's like that probably wasn't the big swing for them, but I don't know if Lego Dimensions game was like a good game. Lego Dimensions review.
I like want to look it up for the kids. I feel like
it's expensive. It's if you wanna try to get Lego Dimensions shit now, unless you can find somebody selling it that doesn't know what they're selling, it's very expensive to buy online. I mean, Lego Dimensions on Metacritic has an 80, so critics seem to enjoy it somewhat. Did Skylanders, were they actually good games though?
I feel like they must have been.
Skylanders Swap Force 83, Superchargers 81, Imaginators 79. Yeah, I mean they're all 78 or higher. A lot of fucking. There's a couple that are not. There's one that's 73, one that's 66. Oh, the 66 one is a mobile game though, so maybe that's part of it. But anyways, I don't know. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to stop talking about Skylanders and go argue about YouTube, but you can't hear it. Be good to one another. We'll see you next time.